God should not be your spare tire. God should be your steering wheel. Let me say that again. God should not be your spare tire. God should absolutely 1,000, 2,000, a million, a billion plus percent of the times be your steering wheel, your navigation, the one who directs your path, the one who takes you on your journey, the one who allows you to be in the passenger seat and watching the beauty of life take place, the journey of life take place. And many of us, including myself in my younger years, have this thing where we would like to call on God only when we need him. We would treat him like a spare tire, relying on our own set of wheels, our own flesh, our own blood, navigating through life, traveling through life, not calling on his name, not looking upon him, not dwelling on him until we hit a rough patch, until we have a hard moment, a hard season, until things are hard. Just like when you're driving on the road and you've been relying on your tires have been getting you from A to B. Whole time you have a spare in the back. And the only time you reach for that spare is when you catch a flat. Keeping God in the trunk, just like that spare tire. That's not the way to navigate through life. God should be your steering wheel and not your spare tire. And again, I've done it many times when I was younger, especially going to the clubs and stuff like that, when you overdo it when it comes to what you consume. And how many of you guys can relate to me if you're over 21, of course, where, when you're younger, you don't really know your limits. You actually learn your drinking limits when you're younger and you learn it the hard way, as did I. I learned it the hard way, hanging out, partying, being in the moment, just pouring up, pouring up. And then the next thing you know, it's fun the night of. You're having a blast the night of. Everything within the moment is so fun, but when you wake up the next moment, your head is banging. How many of you guys can relate? And to all my young folks, under 21, of course, I want you guys to consider what it is that I'm telling you, the many people who tell you these stories to, I get it. Once you turn 21, you're going to test your limits, but I'm going to encourage you, instead of going all in, just pace yourself. Stop going nowhere fast. To my young folks, stop going nowhere fast. Because a lot of the times you feel like you have to play catch up for, I guess, the many years of, being locked down, doing homework, stuff like that. But you have your whole life ahead of you. You have your whole life ahead of you. Do not feel like you have to speed rush and make up for the years of doing homework just to go nowhere fast. You're not in any rush. Do not treat your life in that manner. Pace yourself. Go slow if you must go to the clubs and things of that nature. But again, many of us, we didn't know our limits. But again, going back to my story, we didn't know our limit, right? Many of us did not know our limit. Even when we grew to a point of knowing our limit, we would do it all over again. We would do it all over again. We would pretty much go to the clubs, have a sip, turns to another sip. This is aqua, by the way. I just got home from the gym. And so just trying to get hydrated, stay hydrated. But anyway, we would go to the clubs, don't know our limit, go overboard. And the next thing you know, the night after the fun, or should I say the morning after the night of fun, our heads are banging. And what are we doing? We're going to God, asking God to help bring this situation down. Help me be regular again. Help take this headache away from me. I promise I will not do it again. And to all of you guys that are over 21 know exactly what I'm talking about. We would be lying to ourselves. We would feel like we wouldn't do it again, but we would do it all over again. But we would only go to God. We would only ask God to rescue us. Forget all about praying all day long, all week long, all month long. Forget all about being in his face, until we need something. We would ignore God day after day, week after week, month after month, until we need something, until we pull him out like that spare tire. And so that's not the way to go about life. You got to understand that God is real. God is the author. He's the creator. And for all of my folks who are out here trying to pursue life without God, you got to understand, trying to live your life, going after goals, chasing your dreams, Going after a purpose without God being your number one purpose, your number one designated driver to get you where you want to get, is like an unsharpened pencil. It has no point. Let me say that again. You have a destination. You have things that you're trying to accomplish in your life. You have dreams. You have dreams, things that you want to do, but you're navigating the steering wheel. You're driving the steering wheel. You have a purpose, but you're putting your purpose above God's purpose for your life. You're driving and you're scooting God to the side. You're putting God in the trunk. And when you come in time of need, only when you come in time of desperation, then you pull out that spare tire. Then you get on your knees. Then you go to God. Then you ask for help. Only when you feel like you're desperate. Desperate times calls for what? Desperate measures. But when you put God first and let him drive you and navigate you, you got to understand he gave you the creativity. He is the author of your life. He gave you the purpose and the abilities. So what makes you think that you're operating in your fullness without God? What makes you think that you are maximizing your ability, your life, everything that God gave you? What makes you think that you're able to maximize it without the utilization of putting God first? He is your father, bro. He is your author. My apologies, y'all. My fault, y'all. I got a notification. I apologize. But what makes you think that you can operate in your fullness without the use of God, without allowing God to be the center stone of your life, without allowing God to be the driver of your life? When I built this channel, Dream Drivers Legacy, although I have a vision, because God's going to give you your abilities, he's going to give you the ability to have a choice. You can choose to have him as the driver, or you could choose to be the one to do it and fall short of your true abilities and fall short of being able to maximize your purpose and your gifts. So when I built this channel, when I created this channel, I put God first. I let God lead me. I have a vision and I sat with God and I said, God, show me the way. Give me the vision. I have the vision, but I don't want to do this on my own. As a matter of fact, I'm not going to do this on my own. I'm going to trust you, Lord. I'm going to trust you, God. And so for me, whatever move that I made, whatever moves that I make when it comes to my path of life, my walk of life, I put God first. And I tell you the difference between me walking without God versus walking with God, I get a chance to really be able to see how much more I can flourish and blossom and develop and grow. My channel grew further, grew bigger. I grew wiser the more that I let God lead, the more that I allow God to be the centerpiece of my life. Let him navigate my life. I'm going to be a passenger and I'm going to let him pour into me. And I'm going to let him just tell me what to do as a passenger, and not treat God like a spare tire. If you want to maximize your life, your gifts, your passions, your dreams, if you truly want to flourish in life, then my friend, my brother, my sister, I encourage you to let God lead. Don't only go to God when you need something from him. As you're blessed, when you wake up and you have everything that you need, when you have clothes on your back, heat when the wintertime gets here, AC when it's hot outside, food in your refrigerator, the ability to pay your bills. When you have everything, let God lead. When you have everything, still go to God as if you still need. When you have it all, as you know you are blessed, still, God, I thank you. Let God lead. Let him drive, not just when you are in time of need. Don't only go to God in time of need and desperation. Go to God when you have it all. Go to God while you're blessed. Go to God when your refrigerator is stocked. Your ability to wake up and rise once again. Again, if you really want to live your best life, don't treat God like a spare tire. Let him be the steering wheel, your navigation source. Let God be your eyes on the road and trust him and trust the process and watch how further you get in your life destination. If y'all rocking with the vibe, I encourage you guys to join the tribe, like, comment, hype the video, and subscribe. Turn on your post bell notifications and you guys will not miss a single video, and share the video, by the way. I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Peace and blessings. One love, strength.